Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744, and today, guys, we're discussing about your hot takes. So, of course, you guys commented on my May community tab post. I want you guys to subscribe to stay notified whenever I post a community note there. And basically, you guys commented your hot takes. So, we're gonna be doing this as like a monthly tradition, guys. Probably the first every month I'll drop the video, drop the post, and then a week from today, that post I'll probably do a video reaction to you guys' hot takes, and we're gonna try to get 10. Okay, so like I said, guys, hope you guys do enjoy, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So the first tip we got here from KingLucky 0882 says, Ansu Fati is washed and should be gone with the next season. I don't believe this is a hot take. In fact, I think most people actually agree with this. And if you're still believing in Ansu Fati, just give up, bro. Just give up. He's finished. He's washed. He needs to be sold. Maybe if he does well at his new club, like maybe he could come back. Maybe put like a buyback clause, but he should leave Barcelona. He's not going to get game time here. He's going to just be rotting on the bench. And for his career at a young age, he needs to get game time. So I just feel like for Ansu Fati, if I was Ansu Fati, I would just leave Barcelona, get a fresh start at another La Liga team, and then maybe if you do really, really, really well there, and then come back to Barca and be amazing. Because I still like Ansu Fati. Remember when he was first coming through, guys? There was so much potential hype around him. It's just that he's been injury prone. He's not been the same since then. He's just like match sharpness, and he's just become unreliable. So I think what Ansu Fati needs now is a fresh new start, and maybe if he does really, really well there, then you can come back. Next up, from MP7 Games 253 says there should be way more heavy two-legged playoffs in international football like UEFA Nations League quarterfinals and playoffs and World Cup qualifiers Africa 2022. I like your idea, MP7, and I feel like it would be cool to see, but is it feasible though? Because I feel like let's look at each continent respectively, right? So CONCACAF, mm, I don't think you should do in CONCACAF. I don't think CONCACAF should happen. Maybe for the playoff round for the Intercontinental Globe, but the thing is, two of them are making it through this time, so I don't think it would make sense there. South America, not really. I don't think South America makes any sense. Now, Europe, I would like to see them do this. I think Europe should have actually done this with it because ever since the 2022 World Cup, they have stopped the two-legged playoffs, and now it's one-legged playoffs, which I feel like it doesn't be as interesting. Two-legged, I think, would have been awesome. I think the UEFA could have done that with the playoffs, but obviously there'll be too many games, and I guess they didn't want to do that. So Africa, obviously, they're not going to do it, of course. I would have liked to have seen Africa do it for that. Maybe like have like a playoff tournament, like two-legged playoffs. So we have like the four best runner-up teams. Maybe have two-legged playoff ties, and then have the final be two-legged. Something like that. I think that'd been cool to see. Asia, I guess they could have done for the intercontinental playoff part. OFC, but yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, FP7. I just don't really think the playoff ties are really realistic unless it's like World Cup qualifiers thing. But the actual international tournament, so it shouldn't be that. So for World Cup qualifiers, I'll be down to do it. For like UEFA would be cool to see. CAF and AFC, I think those three continents are probably the most realistic to do. But yeah, it probably never happens. So I would like to see it, but I just don't think it will ever happen. Matt's Attack 9 says, Atletico Madrid 2011-2012 was the best Europa League winning side. Yeah, that Europa League winning team was pretty stacked. In fact, let me actually just look at my phone real quick. I just want to look at the roster real quick of that team because, bro, that team was stacked. So, let me see if I can find it. 2011-2012. So, just give me a few minutes. So, Atletico Madrid, this was the lineup they used, guys. They used Courtois. Courtois was beast mode at Atletico Madrid. Juan Fran, really good player. Miranda, Godin, Luis, Suarez, Gabi, Lopez, Diego, Turan, and Falcao. And like that's a pretty good team. And you got Koke coming through on the bench. So it's a really stacked team from Atletico Madrid, man. So yeah, I mean it's probably the best one best one you could probably say because I'm looking at the other teams that have won in the last couple of years. Um, Obviously, this year, Man United and Spurs wouldn't really make sense. I would just look from like yeah. So Atletico Madrid is probably the best. They're probably the best ones. Also, I would potentially say second might be Chelsea. Might be Chelsea. That 2019 one. I think that was a really good one. Although that was mainly Hazard that was balling out, but still, like that's a good one. But yeah, 11-12 is probably the best on paper. Probably you could probably say. So yeah. Next up, LolMayor 105 says Ozil's the greatest passer of all time. Now, he is a really good passer. I think he's one of the best. But to say he's the best of all time, I think it's a bit too stretch. I think Zidane, Iniesta, Xavi, or superior to him. He is probably top 10. I'll probably give it that. But to say he's the best of all time, no, I wouldn't say that. But he's really good, though. He's a really good quality player. So I partially agree, but partially don't agree. If that makes any sense. So good take there from LolMayor. Next up is Tendeitem says South Korea is better up without Son Heung-min. Yeah, now, yeah, he's kind of getting washed, guys. Like this season's been injury prone. He's been injured a lot for Spurs, and he doesn't look as explosive at Spurs before. So you can tell I think he's starting to decline now, and I think he's now going to have to resort being a bench player. Now I still think Son should still be part of the squad. I don't think South Korea should completely bin him, obviously, but he should be like gradually diminished. Like his role shouldn't be as prominent as it was in the past. Like he should be largely coming off the bench now, or maybe starting, but be a super sub, something like that. Just not be a regular starter. So because I still think Son is still a really good player, but maybe needs to be preserved. He can't go full 90 anymore. Maybe he needs to be like a 30 minutes guy or 45 minutes or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I do agree with that. I think it's a good take there. English View on Porto says Radamel Falcao would have gone on to be better than Benzema, Suarez, and Lewandowski had he not joined Monaco and got those injuries. He was just as good as names during his prime. He was world class at Porto, Atletico Madrid, Colombia, including scoring winning goals in finals. Big clubs won it, but he went for the money. His career got subsidized. Yeah, I think Falcao's a really good player. I think at his prime he was really good, bro. Like he was scoring so many goals, bro. Like the guy was unbelievable at his peak. But it's just that I think his career decisions kind of messed him up, and I think injuries also played a factor as well. And he just wasn't the same since then. And I do agree with Matt that maybe if he was like at his peak and like not got those injuries and maybe didn't join the wrong clubs, and not went for the money, of course, he could have been. It would have been. Now I can't say for certain would he have been because I still feel like Suarez and Lewandowski, in my opinion, when we talk about the best striker of those three, I always said that Suarez is the best of the three, in my opinion, just in terms of pure numbers and everything, because he was a complete striker. Now, I don't know if he would have been better than Suarez. It's really hard to say. It's very hypothetical, but he would definitely be in the conversation. And I think that would definitely be clear because for me, Benzema wasn't really consistent for that many years. And Lewandowski, he was great. He's really good, but I just feel like Suarez is just more complete because Suarez provides you goals and assists, whereas I feel like Lewandowski is just mainly goals. So Falcao could have been rival, but it's a very difficult thing to say. But he would definitely be in the conversation. He could have been in the conversation. I think he probably would have been better than Benzema. I'll probably agree with you that. Lewandowski, I'm not really sure. And Suarez, no, I don't think he'd been better than Suarez. But I think he would have been top three. I think he would have been top three, guys, had he not went for the money instead. But it is what it is. Culver's fan says 818 said Alvarez's performance World Cup 2020 is better than Messi. No, I don't agree with this hot take. This hot take is, in my opinion, disingenuous because, bro, Messi was balling out every single round. Like, do you not realize Messi scored in almost every single World Cup game, except the game against, I believe, it was against Poland. I think that's the only game he didn't score in, but every other game he scored. He either scored or got an assist in that game. Like that is unbelievable. Now, don't get me wrong, Alvarez was amazing. Alvarez was fantastic, but to say that to say he was better than Messi, no, I don't agree with that. Come on, like I think you're going a bit too harsh there, bro. Messi was balling out. Messi was unbelievable, making goals, assists, creating key chances, key assists there, bro. Messi was amazing in World Cup 2022. No, don't get me wrong. Alvarez was amazing too. I think Alvarez was also amazing, but I think Messi was undoubtedly Argentina's best player. You know, I would say Alvarez was probably you could probably argue probably second best. You could probably give me that, but no, I don't think he was number one. But yeah, let's move. Brandon Blanco 8379 says GAs are overrated, and thanks to people like Have Hope who hype GAs. Yeah, goals assisted I think is a bit overrated. Now I will say it depends which context you use because I do think context is key because people don't realize GA is great, but it should be used in certain context, right? I think the context is more important than the GA itself. Because, for example, a player can have hypothetically a bad game, right? Let's say they have like, I don't know, like 10 shots, but only one goal. Like, people are gonna, if you're a GA merchant, you'll say, "Oh, he had a good game because he scored a goal." But if you actually watch the game and you actually watch with your own eyes, you realize that, bro, he didn't have a good game. He just got lucky to score that goal. It could have been like a tap in or like a rebound or something like that or a penalty. So I think people need to realize that context is key when it comes to GA, right? So you have to put the full context. When you just hear the word GA, there's no context that's given. It's like, okay, you got a goal and assist. Like, like how many games, exactly what the goal was like. You don't know that. And that's why I hate with people is that I think nowadays people are just becoming stat merchants. Like people are not even watching football for the football sake. They're just looking at the sofa score, foot mob, or whatever, and just seeing that, oh, this player had a good game because he had this amount of goals and assists. So that's why I don't really like. I think context is key, and for me, like I said, guys, GA is overrated. I do agree with this take. It is overrated. People need to actually watch the game, but that's just how people are, man. So great take there from Man Blanco. And I think it's the last comment we've got here from Prime Barca. Prime Barca 7811 says Ansu Fati had more potential than Lamine Yamal. Now this I don't agree with. Ansu Fati was amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like the potential he showed at a young age was incredible. But bro, Lamine Yamal is doing it at a far better rate, bro. Like as good as Fati was, he wasn't as like inventive or creative. Like Yamal had that trademark crosses. He's got the finishing ability as well. He's got that eye for a pass. Ansu Fati was great. I think his speed was good. I will say Ansu Fati was probably better at Lamine Yamal, probably at goal scoring wise. I'll give you that. But in terms of just overall as a player, dribbling wise, your technique and everything, no, Yamal's clear. Yamal's clear because Yamal doesn't. Fati doesn't have that passing ability or that vision as Yamal. So yeah, I think Yamal. But it would have been awesome. It would have been if we got both Yamal and Fati together. That would have been awesome. But it probably will never happen. So. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy his hot takes with you guys. It was pretty fun to react to you guys' hot takes. And like I said, guys, if you guys did enjoy this, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And like I said, guys, I'll see you guys for the next month. Peace out.